Well, after a few years, my brother finally got married again. His new wife is really nice. She has 3 daughters, and I know he loves them a lot.
Speaker 2.
We are going to listen again. Number 1, her brother has 3. Or Brittany, you have the answer? No? So let's listen again. Number 1.
Listen again if necessary. Speaker 1.
Well, after a few years, my brother finally got married again. His new wife is really nice. She has 3 daughters, and I know he loves them a lot.
Speaker 2.
So number 1, Brittany, her brother has 3 daughters. Are you sure? Okay, we can write it down and then we are going to check. Right, let's do it. Number 2.
Carol and I are very close. Her mom married my dad when I was about 7, so we really grew up together.
Speaker 3.
We're going to play this again. No, let's play this again.
Years, my brother finally got married again. His new wife is really nice. She has 3 daughters, and I know he loves them a lot.
This is number
Speaker
1.
2.
Now number 2.
Carol and I are very close. Her mom married my dad when I was about 7, so we really grew up together.
Speaker 3.
So number 2, Sophia, no?
No.
No? Stephania?
No, repeat again.
Okay, I will play again. Remember that we say Carol. And he said, Carol and I are very close. So he speaks a bit fast, but then I say, Carol and I are very close, muy cercanos. And then he tells the story.
Nice. She has 3 daughters, and I know he loves them a lot.
Speaker 2.
Carol and I are very close. Her mom married my dad when I was about 7, so we really grew up together.
What they did together? No, Paula?
I saw 7, but I don't understand brother, mother.
Let's
Dice algo así como close.
I know he loves them a lot.
let's read.
Speaker 2.
Carol and
Listen and read.
Carol and I are very close.
Carol and I are very close. The thing
¿qué
is,
es eso?
very
Carol y yo somos very close, ¿qué? Unidos.
right? Cercanos. So you use close for distances. Oh, this is close to my house. Es cercano. Y close significa cerrado. So close es cercano. Oh, I'm very close. We are very close. Somos muy cercanos, muy unidos.
Her mom married my dad when I was about 7, so we really grew up together.
So
I was about 7. ¿Qué significa?
her mom married my dad. Su mamá se casó con mi papá.
Cuando yo tenía 7.
When you say about, es como cerca de, right? So you don't say precisely. Cuando tenía como 7 años, when I was about 7. So es como por lo tanto, so we really grew up together. So Carol is his
Stepsister.
very good stepsister, right? So now let's listen again and you will see that now you will understand better.
Life is really nice. She has 3 daughters.
Okay, and number 1 is also not correct. Listen again.
To complete each statement. Listen again if necessary. Speaker 1.
Well, after a few years, my brother finally got married again. His new wife is really nice. She has 3 daughters, and I know he loves them a lot.
This is the first time he married or he's marrying second time? What is the correct one? No? Very good. Stepdaughters. Let's read the
Use the vocabulary to complete each statement.
read and listen.
Listen again if necessary. Speaker 1.
Well, after a few years, my brother finally got married again. His new wife is really nice. She has 3 daughters, and I know he loves them a lot.
So you see, after a few years, my brother finally got married again. So this is like the second time maybe. His new wife is nice, but she has 3 daughters, right? So are not his brother's biological daughters, but are his stepdaughters, right? So now let's go to number 3.
Close. Her mom married my dad when I was about 7, so we really grew up together.
Speaker 3.
My parents got divorced when I was only 3. After a few years, my father married again. We don't live together, but I call his new wife Mom.
Stefania, or you want to listen again? So no
Listen again.
problem, listen again.
Speaker 3.
My parents got divorced when I was only 3. After a few years, my father married again. We don't live together, but I call his new wife Mom.
Stepmother.
Very good. She calls her stepmother mom, right? So let's read this. So very important. Sometimes it's fast and we listen like, right? But just read this
When I was about 7,
and it
so
helps.
we really grew up together.
Speaker 3.
My parents got divorced when I was only 3. After a few years, my father married again. We don't live together, but I call his new wife Mom.
Very good. So they got divorced. The father married again. And I call his new wife Mom, right? Number 4.
Speaker 4.
Leo's a great kid. I'm really glad I married his mother. The 3 of us are really happy together.
We are going to listen again. Leo is a great.
Leo's a great kid. I'm really glad I married his mother. The 3 of us are really happy together.
Paula, any ideas?
Stepfather.
Leo is his stepfather? I don't think so. What do you think, Stefania? Leo is his stepfather? No? Or you agree? No, you can listen again.
Leo's a great kid. I'm really glad I married his mother. The 3 of us are
Stepbrother.
really happy together.
Stepbrother? No? Brittany, any ideas? Sophia? Sophia, I cannot hear you, but I can see that you. Okay, listen again. Listen again.
Escuchemos completo y después hablamos, ¿ya?
No, you listen everything. Escuchan completo todo. Right? It's the whole. I stop it when it finishes. Right? So it's not before that.
Leo's a great kid. I'm really glad I married his mother. The 3 of us are really happy together.
That's it. It's just like 2 sentences. Leo is his. Very good. Stepson. So now we're going to read stepson. So now we're going to read the transcript.
4.
Leo's a great kid. I'm really glad I married his mother. The 3 of us are really happy together.
Leo is a great kid. So kid, chico, niño. I'm really glad I married his mother. The 3 of us are really happy together. So is his stepson, right? The last one, number 5, is for Sophia.
Speaker 5.
Hank and I have the same father. My mom is his stepmother. His mother is my father's ex-wife.
Let's listen again.
My mom. Hank and I have the same father. My mom is his stepmother. His mother is my father's ex-wife.
So Hank is her.
Stepbrother.
Stepfather.
I don't think so. It's not stepfather. What do you think, Brittany?
Stepbrother.
It's just, remember, step is not biology, but that has nothing to do with biology, right? So listen again.
Hank and I have the same father. My mom is his stepmother. His mother is my father's ex-wife.
Paula, you can also text me. Hank is her.
Song.
No, her song, no. No, listen again.
I have the same father.
Speaker 5.
Hank and I have the same father. My mom is his stepmother. His mother is my father's ex-wife.
So, any ideas, Brittany?
Half brother.
Very good. Half brother. So now take a look at
Speaker 5.
Hank and I have the same father. My mom is his stepmother. His mother is my father's ex-wife.
You see, they have the same father. And it's not a
Es como mi
stepfather,
padre.
right? They have the same father. Tenemos el mismo padre. My mom is his stepmother. Mi mamá es su madrastra. His mother is my father's ex-wife, right? But they have the same father, different mothers. So it's not complicated. They have the same father. Tenemos el mismo padre, but different mothers. When you have the same father, but different mothers, you are half brothers, right? So now take a look at this. Okay, this one was it like an easy one?
Estuvieron horribles esos audios.
You
Me
have to listen more. You have exercises, Sophia, on the platform. You have listening exercises, and let me show you something that you also have that you can practice to improve your listening, right? Because now listenings are going to be more complex than before. That's the thing. Let me show you some exercises, because if you don't have a good listening now, then it's going to be frustrating because texts are becoming longer and longer and you feel like you're lost. So to avoid this, let me show you what you can do. So you can enter now. If you have access now to the computer, you can enter with your username and password, and I can show you how to do some exercises that will improve your listening. Let me show you. So please enter my English lab using with your username and password. Don't enter the whole, just username and password. Let me see, I have the one from Alfonso. So let me share my screen so you can do it with me. So for example, I have this student. So you enter your username and also your password, right? And you sign in. So Brittany, Estefania, Paula, and Sophia, please sign in using your username and password. And then you will go to resources, not to my English lab, but to resources. So tell me when you are here. Paula, are you here? Brittany? Yes, Sophia? Stefania?
No.
Not yet, so please enter this.
No yet. My English lab.
Right, my English lab, use your username, your password, and don't go here. Usually you go here for homework. That's where you have the program, but here you have additional exercises. Right, so we have to enter here. right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Top
Top
notch one resource.
resources, right? Paula, are you there? Brittany, Stefania? Also there? Yes?
Mumming.
Brittany? And Paula, tell me, you are here? Yes? Okay, thanks. So once you're here, let me enter, right? Try to do a little bit faster. So remember, for classes, all exercises are always in here, my English lab. But top-notch resources is for additional practice, listening, and also for audio exercises. So you click there, and then you will find this page, and you will find audio and activities. And you have to click activities. And you have to click on activities. Right? And tell me when you are in this page. Are you with me?
Audio activities.
No,
Activities.
Activities, right? You click here. You click activities, no audio. So Stefania,
Unit 1.
Brittany.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so we're here. So here you have different units, right? So in every unit, when you click, you have listening comprehension, and you have to click solve. And then you have to listen.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Fumiko Ito. She's a graphic designer.
Where's she from?
Nagoya, Japan. But she lives in New York now.
Right, so you listen first, and you try to fill in. If it wasn't clear, you click this, and this is the transcript. And how to improve your listening, you listen and you read at the same time.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Fumiko Ito. She's a graphic designer.
Where's she from?
Nagoya, Japan. But she lives in New York now.
Now you have it clear, and then you solve it. So what is Fumiko's occupation?
Graphic designer.
Graphic designer. And his nationality?
For Japan.
So what is the nationality? Japanese? Remember, Japan is the country, and then you say, and then you click checked. You close, and you click here, and you do the next.
Oh, hey, that's Lee Hyuk.
Who's Lee Hyuk?
She's a musician. She's really excellent.
Where's she from?
I think she's from Korea.
Right? So you have different exercises. In every unit, you will find the vocabulary. So unit 3 has vocabulary related to family members, right? So you also play it. And then you go again.
We're talking today with Frank Pascal about his family. Thank you, Frank, for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
So, Frank, you're from France originally, right?
That's right.
You listen the whole, you try to answer, right? First you listen, then you read the transcript, you play.
My family lives in France, in Normandy.
Right?
But I live...
What is important, and that you have to listen to the English language, and you have to read. And you read and you follow. And then it becomes better, but you have to try to practice at least 5 minutes every day. So you finish. It's even not important that you solve the questions. What is important is that you read and you listen, so you can understand the words, right? And this is important to do it every day, right? I remember when I was learning English, I was able to speak, but for me, it was impossible to understand. Impossible, right? I don't know how I passed the university, but it was like impossible. So I need to train a lot to have a good level, right? So, but listen and read every day, and you will see that you are going to improve your level. Okay, so now let's continue. And if you have any questions also, text me. Text me, because these exercises are like...
I don't know this part of library of
resources.
A book, resources. I don't know.
Right, so but now you can use this because it's also very helpful, especially for the listening, that sometimes we're like, okay, what? Because the brain needs to follow, el cerebro tiene que seguir, and sometimes it's very tiring. En un momento uno se cansa bastante, it's like tiring, but it's normal, it's the brain working. English makes a massive work in the brain, cambia toda la estructura del cerebro. You get more gray matter. La gente tiene más materia gris cuando habla otro idioma, right? It's a lot of work because you work a lot, right? So now let's continue. We have now, okay, we won't do this grammar part since we have practiced grammar. So please, Stephania, tell me about this photo. Who are they? How are they related to each other? What's their relationship?
With a wife and husband.
Okay, you think they're wife and husband? Any other idea, Sophia? What do you think is the relationship between them?
I think there are friends or boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay, good. And what about you, Brittany? What do you think is the relationship between them?
Friends?
Sorry, again?
Friends or brothers?
Okay. And Paula, you can text me also. What's the relationship between them, right? So they are like, they have similar ages or no? They are in the similar age or not? Or one is older, who is
Father and
daughter, father and daughter. Sophia, you think they're father and daughter? Sophia, you're
No, I seen there are people the similar age.
Okay, then maybe they have similar, they are in the similar ages. Okay, so now let's take a look at this conversation model.
Read and listen to people describing their families.
Do you come from a large family?
Not really. I have 2 brothers.
What about aunts and uncles?
Well, I have 3 aunts on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have 2 aunts and 3 uncles.
That's pretty.
Oh my God, I think I answered too quickly. So now please, Stephania and Brittany. Brittany, you are going to be A, and Stephania, you are going to be B, right? We read the same text. So you go first, Brittany.
Do you come from a large family?
No, really. I have 2 brothers.
What about aunts and uncles?
Well, I have 3 uncles on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have 2 uncles and 3 uncles.
That's pretty big.
Pretty big? It's like very big, right? So do you come from a large family? Now we are going to do the same, right? Between Sophia and Brittany, but you have to say your information, right? So Sophia, you are going to be B, and you have to say your information. Remember, this is aunts. You pronounce like a aunts. And I don't know if we studied the sound uncle, uncle. Esto es como una larga, aunts. Y esto es como una que uno baja así, uncles, uncles. What about aunts?
Like aunt, tía.
Right?
No, tío.
No, aunts es tía.
Tía.
Uncle,
tío.
Exactly. So then you will say, on my father's side, del lado de mi papá. On my mother's side, del lado de mi mamá, right? So now, Brittany, you are A, and Sophia, now you have to say your information, right? So go ahead, Brittany.
Do you come from a large family?
Not really. I have one brother.
What about aunts and uncles?
Well, I have one uncle on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have 3 uncles and 3 aunts and 1 uncle.
Very good. Now, Stephania and Brittany. So, Stephania, you are going to be A, and Brittany, you're
No
going
contestó la última línea, pues.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's pretty big. So, go ahead, Brittany. Say the last line. But you will say that's pretty big or not?
No.
No.
So what would be that's pretty small. But people don't say that's pretty small because pretty small sounds like criticizing, right? So normally you won't say anything when it's a small family, right? Like this is like, oh, that's pretty small. It sounds like criticizing. Okay, now Brittany and Stephania. So Brittany, you're going to be B, and Stephania, you're going to be A, right? So go first, Stephania.
Do you come from large family?
Not really. I have one brother.
What's about aunt and uncle?
Well, I have two, no, one aunt on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have one uncle.
Okay, that's it. You see, you don't need more. So take a look now at this, and let's talk about family on your father's side and your mother's side. Paula, you can text me. What is your family? What is your family on your father's side and your mother's side? Remember that you have cousins. What else? What other kind of family members you have? So
Sobrino.
So how do you say sobrino? Nephew. What other family members you could have? So cousin, nephew, what is the other possibility? Niece. Sobrina, right? You also have family-in-law, right? Like brother-in-law, sister-in-law, all-in-law, right? You also have the family-in-law. You also could have half brothers or half sisters or brothers. What other family relative you could have? You could have, again, aunts and uncles, right? So now, please, Stephania, tell me about your family on your mother's side. So if you don't remember the numbers, you can say any numbers, right? You don't need to be specific.
My mother have a sibling.
Siblings, okay, very good.
I have three sisters and 5 brothers.
Okay.
My mother have 4 children.
4
children.
Your children. So your mother's children are your siblings?
No, my mother have
Okay.
4.
So if you say, look at this, my mother has 4 children, Mi mamá tiene 4 hijos. So basically,
Yes.
these 4 children are your siblings. And maybe you are included. Right? So if you say my mother has 4 children, it's similar to say I have 3 siblings. You see? Mi mamá tiene 4 hijos, tengo 3 hermanos. Right? Similar. Okay. What else?
I have 3 siblings.
Do you have any family in law?
No.
Okay, very good. What about you, Sophia? You can choose. You can talk about your mother's or your father's side.
I have one brother. And no more. I have my brother. I have 4 aunts, 1 uncle. I have 2 nieces.
Two nieces.
2 nieces. I have 1 sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Remember?
Cuñada, ¿no?
Pero es la O larga, porque law significa abajo. So, law, sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law.
Very
In-law.
In-law. Very good. Very good. Very good, Sophia. What about you, Brittany?
On my mother's side, I have 1 brother. I have 1 uncle, 3 cousins, and that's it.
Okay, very good. Also, Paula, you can text me, right? You can text me. So now we are going to take a look at this. Right? We're going to listen, and you have to try to write some information. So let's take a look at this.
Let's personalize the conversation model.
Do you come from a large family?
Yes, I do. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
What about cousins?
Well, I have 6 cousins on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have 4.
That's pretty big.
What about his family, Brittany? No? So some numbers?
No.
No, let's repeat. Remember, she will mention how many brothers or sisters on her father's side. Oh, Paula? Okay, so you can continue texting, Paula. You choose on your mother's side. So let's see.
Model.
Do you come from a large family?
Yes, I do. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
What about cousins?
Well, I have 6 cousins on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have 4.
That's pretty big.
So, how many brothers and how many sisters?
3 brothers.
Sophia, 3 brothers? 3 brothers?
Yes, 3 brothers, 2 sisters, 6 cousins for father's side, 4 cousins for mother side.
On her mother's side. Very good. Very good.
On her mother's side.
Let's continue. So let's see the next one.
Let's personalize the conversation model again. Don't stop. Ask for more information. Say as much as you can.
Do you come from a large family?
Not really. I'm an only child.
What about aunts and uncles?
Well, I have 1 aunt on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have an aunt and an uncle.
That's pretty small. Do you have any cousins?
What about him, Stefania? Does he come from a large family? How many brothers or sisters does he have?
Only child.
He's an only child. Very good. Very good. And then also what other family members he has?
her father. I don't listen.
Couldn't listen? Listen this again.
Do you have any cousins?
Yes, I have 2 cousins, but they're really young.
Really? How old are they?
Beth is 5, and Trent is 3.
Mhm. Any other family members? Brittany?
I don't listen well.
Couldn't listen well? So, Sophia, any other family members? Let me see if they...
Two cousins.
Two cousins, but very young.
They're very young. They're very young.
5 and 13 or 3.
Listen again. And look at the
3.
pronunciation of,
and what?
It's not cousin, cousin. Like cousin. It's written cousin, right? But this cousin, he has a cousin. So like, listen again.
3. But they're really young.
Wait a second.
Do you have any cousins?
Yes, I have 2 cousins, but they're really young.
Really? How old are they?
Beth is 5, and Trent is 3.
Is 3 or 13?
3.
3. So he said Beth is fine and 3, and the other guy is 3.
What do they do?
But
My aunt.
You have a question?
yes. He have one uncle for the father's side, but I don't hear the mother's side.
Right, let's check if he talks about his mother's side.
Mother's side, I have an aunt and...
What about aunts and uncles?
Well, I have one aunt on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have an aunt and an uncle.
That's...
He mentioned it. Listen again.
What about aunts and uncles?
Well, I have one aunt on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have an aunt and an uncle.
That's...
So what about his mother? He mentioned it. Take a look. Listen. Right? He mentioned it. Now read and listen.
Not really. I'm an only child.
What about aunts and uncles?
Well, I have one aunt on my father's side, and on my mother's side, I have an aunt and an uncle.
You see? Here mentioned. Right?
Uno.
Right. On my mother's side, I have an aunt and an uncle.
Do you have any cousins?
Yes, I have 2 cousins, but they're really young.
Really? How old are they?
Beth is 5, and Trent is 3.
And what about your aunt and uncle? What do they do?
My aunt's a photographer, and my uncle's an English teacher.
Cool.
Okay. So now let's stop this